for the sprint cars to move out onto the circuit for round one. 12 laps the journey. We've got 9 12-lap qualifying heats to come your way at PCR tonight at the Mecca of Australian sprint car racing for the running of this 1986-87 Goodyear Tyre and Brake New South Wales Sprint Car Championship round one. And on Monday night we'll be here for the final 3 rounds and the 25-lap New South Wales Championship itself. Sprint car number 55, no go this time around.
Bob Hill's the pole man in car number 88. Let's try and run through the field as quick as we can, Al. On the pole, Bob Hill, car number 88. Outside of him in car 53 is Peter Addard. Then we find the Central District Smash Repairs car, Bob Lacklaw on the inside. Then it's Lyndon Kendall from New Zealand in car number 12. Brett Lacey in the number 1 car. Ian Lewis in car number 18 there. Max Dumsney is the next one through. And then Bob Rutley with the green to go, Al.
Thanks, Jordan. Racing in the opening 12-lap confrontation of the Goodyear New South Wales Sprint Car Championship as Bob Hill skips away off pole down the back section for the first occasion. And it's the customary PCR wall of wings. Blacklaw takes over second running. This time off turn 4, 1 down, 11 remaining. Up into turn 1, Bob Hill backs it through, followed by Blacklaw, and Brett Lacey jumps out in the Australia 1 car, followed by mighty Max Dumsney and Ian Lewis on the inside. Trouble on turn 2.
Terry Becker slid into one of the other cars, haven't picked up that. Could be, looks like Peter Addard. No, sorry, it's not Peter Addard.
Okay, we can't pick up the car back to front at the moment, but one driver that was involved was the Kiwi, Lyndon Kendall, who come in for a soft kiss over there on turn 2. Kendall just having a look at the car from his cockpit at the moment, and hopefully the Kiwi will be underway again. They've brought up the recovery units to latch onto the tail of the Kiwi. Lyndon Kendall, who wants to get back into this opening sprint car heat. Boy, oh boy, as Stuart said, did the Kiwi pick a tough heat to qualify, but there will be 9 12-lap journeys coming your way tonight. 25-lap final on Monday night featuring Denny Smith. Geez, a great drive from Bob Hill to jump out from pole. Bob is not renowned for getting out from the pole position. Bob's done some great things here at PCR, but usually takes him a lap or 2 to settle in, and that's when Bob Hill really flies. But tonight, he's out to make every post a winner, starting from pole position in this opening sprint car heat. As you can see, track conditions a little on the greasy side. That's good news, because that normally augurs well for a super fast racing track. And those of you who were with us a couple of weeks back will no doubt remember Steeman Steve Brazier's absolutely incredible 13.1 second lap. That was unofficial, of course, but Denny Smith holds the 1-lap record here at Parramatta at 13.65. But in his opening heat a couple of weeks back, 2 times champion of Australia, Steeman Steve Brazier turned in an incredible 13.1 in the opening lap of his heat. That's almost half a second quicker than the existing 1-lap record, and let me tell you, Brazier never touched the ground. The other driver involved was Gary Warren out of Warrnambool in Victoria. Gary Warren out of Warrnambool in Victoria was the other driver involved. In the Victoria number 24 car. And it ain't easy at PCR, as Gary Warren just found out, and unfortunately Gary will be starting from the rear of the field. Clear, nose to tail for the recommencement. Green flag flies, 11 remaining now. Oh, and Bob Hill cocks it sideways. This causes Blacklaw some anxious moments, and now around goes the streak. Also involved was Max Dumsney and Brett Lacey on that occasion. As you can see, the driver's super keen to get up and into the fresh air and a clean set of tear-offs in the early stages, but 14 into 1 won't go.
No. Well, there's 9 heats tonight, Al, and every heat carries points, and those points will add up. And every position counts, because when the final tally is made for the championship on Monday night, there could be somebody just sitting on the bubble, and 1 point could knock them out of a start in the New South Wales title, and they don't want to miss out on a start. So as Al said, the track a little bit greasy. Normally we start our show with the track a little bit greasy, the tacky top, but that augurs well for later on in the night, when the track should become super fast, electrifying fast.
Okay, once again, nose to tail. Let's see if we can get it together on this occasion. Blackwall moves in, green flag flies, racing again, still 11 laps on the card. Bob Hill jumps out smartly, keeps it straight this time around. Max Dumsley on the low line as Ian Lewis punches his way through on the inside of the national champ. Lewis takes over third running. Bob Hill the leader. Halfway round, but Lacey straightens up. Blackwall cannons through on the inside. Running down the back section now, off turn 4 onto the main straightaway. However, is the race leader, Bob Hill, in front of Ian Lewis, a little charger out of Melbourne, sizing uphill as they run out of turn 2. Max Dumsley, now a resident Sydney sider, and the number 5 car holding down a sharp third. Hill takes the high line. Ian Lewis has a look on the inside. Okay, hard night tonight for Bob Blackwall. We've got an urgent call to a race patron out tonight, Terry Chant. Terry Chant. Terry Chant, if you're with us tonight, we've got some relatives who are anxiously waiting to see you at the base of the control tower. An urgent call for Terry Chant. Will you go to the base of the control tower, please? Just a reminder, folks, when we have rather large crowd like we normally have here at Parramatta City Raceway, but tonight it's extra large. If you have any problems, no matter what they are, i.e. lost friends, etc., we lost the keys to your car, perhaps, if you have those problems, please do not bring them to the commentary position, because we are unable to help you from this point. We would ask you to take it through to the Speedway ticket office. That is where you purchased your ticket tonight, coming through the gates. If you've got those sort of problems which you feel are urgent, and we would request that you take those problems to the Speedway ticket office. Please do not bring them to our commentary position here at the main straightaway. As you may imagine, we're pretty busy up here with all the equipment and the PA, etc., etc. And unfortunately, we will not have time to attend to your needs. So we'd ask you to bear with us and help us out by taking your problems to the Speedway ticket office. We'd appreciate it, and thank you for your consideration. Okay, forming up once again, Bob Hill gets the chance to do it all over again. Okay, well, the streak in trouble in the number 78 car. Okay, 2 spins for the streak. He's none too happy about it, but the black flag. But out comes the green flag now, and racing as Bob Hill jumps out again. In second, Max Dumsley in third, Brett Lacey holding down 4th, keeping the low line, working hard at the race car, but still in 4th. Meanwhile, Bob Hill using half track at the moment, races onto the main straightaway. Ian Lewis keeping it tight and tidy, as is Dumsley further back in the pack now. Bob Rutley, virtually a Queenslander these days with his racing, but Rutley back in the mid-pack at the moment, and the Kiwi, Lyndon Kendall, just following now and trying to pick up the pointers from the more experienced PCR pilots. Meanwhile, Bob Hill doing a great job of it at this stage now, has got it all together. As we told you earlier, Bob usually takes a couple of laps to settle down, and at this stage is still race leader onto the main straightaway. Best of the rest is Ian Lewis, and the Victorians running 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Dumsley now relegated back to position 4, with a miscue over on turn 2, allowing Lacey to go through and take over 3rd running. 5 remaining in the opening qualifying heat. Second now, getting by Ian Lewis on the bottom section of the circuit. Bob Hill from here in Sydney is still the race leader as the laps dwindle away. Ian Lewis is 3rd. Max Dumsley is 4th. They've cleared right away now from Bob Rob Rutley as the Australian champion. Brett Lacey attempts to haul in Bob Hill, the race leader in the 88 car, as Gary Warren exits to the infield and rejoins further back now. Brett Lacey closing the gap on the Sydney Cider. Lacey, the national champion, out of Victoria. Hill, the race leader, now moving on to the down cars. Hill in trouble as Lacey gets by on the inside with a white flag out. And the national champion, Brett Lacey, goes to the lead and looking to put the first points on the board for the New South Wales qualifying heat. Brett Lacey takes the lead with 1 lap to travel, but now there's only a quarter. Running onto the main straightaway, the black and whites come out, and Brett Lacey takes the win from Bob Hill, second in the 88 car. Back then to Max Dumsey in car number 5, followed in by Ian Lewis from Victoria in car number 18. Further back in the pack was Rob Rutley in car number 15, then the New Zealander Lyndon Kendall in the number 12 car, but Brett Lacey out of Victoria, the current Australian champion in the Australia number 1 car, sitting back, picking off the cars from his position 5 starting berth, one by one to come through, and at the show of the white flag, getting by to take Rob Hill with 1 to go. Bobby being relegated to second at the show of the black and white and putting major points on the board in the Australia number 1 car was Brett Lacey. Stuart Telfer has the details.